We got the Samsung Galaxy S7 here. We're going to review that next on Geekazine. You know, Samsung makes solid phones, period. That definitely goes with the Galaxy S7 series. Whether it be the S7 or the S7 Edge, you can't go wrong with a Samsung Android phone, especially if you're going to use it for your VR experience. Now, the folks over at Verizon have given me this device to play with for a few weeks, so I took it to Vegas with me for a major conference, and I got some great stuff off of here. So let's start with the specs, then get into the whole pros and cons with the S7. Now, keep in mind the S7 and the S7 Edge are almost exactly the same phone, so if you get one or the other, it really doesn't make any difference, except for that one big difference, the beveled Edge, that also gives you a small display ticker on the side. I'm personally not a fan of the Edge phone. I reviewed the Edge S6. I didn't like how it fit in my hand, but some of you have said that you really like that, so this S7 Edge will probably work for you. For me, the S7 is perfect for my needs. Now, the phone is a 5.1-inch display screen at the resolution of 2560 by 1440 with Corning Gorilla Glass 4. The touch screen is Super AMOLED capacitive and displays 16 million colors. Processor inside is a dual-core Cryo at 2.15 GHz with an Adreno 530 GPU. Internal storage is 32 gigabytes with a micro SD card option of up to another 200 gigabytes. 4G LTE GPS navigation, standard dust and water resistance, Bluetooth version 4.2, Wi-Fi up to 802.11 at 2.4 and 5 gigahertz for some of those newer routers, with multi-user MIMO, otherwise known as multi-input, multi-output, so you can multitask without the phone getting bogged down via the wireless system. Cameras include a 12 megapixel rear camera with a flash and sensors, and a 5 megapixel front face camera. You can record up to 4K at 30 frames a second or 1080p at 60. Now, while you're not able to change the battery like in some Samsung models, the 3000 milliamp battery will get you around 14 hours of usage if you're using Wi-Fi. I think it's 13 hours if you're using 4G. And of course, that depends on what you're using, programs and apps and stuff like that. That'll give you through a busy day, basically, and allow you to recharge at night. You can plug it in or use the wireless Qi charger through a cradle. Finally, you have a fingerprint reader right on the button to secure and unlock when needed. But the real question is this worth the $672 price tag or $28 a month on the Verizon wireless network? When we come back, I'll take a look at all the pros and cons. There are really only two issues I have with this phone. First is that micro SD card slot. In order to get to it, you actually have to pull out the SIM card slot, as it's all in one caddy. Removing it means losing your phone signal. I highly suggest you at least put it in airplane mode, if not turn off your phone before you pull out the caddy if you need the micro SD card. Second is the sound. It's a single speaker on the bottom of the phone. Definitely not a phone to play videos around the water cooler unless you can really cup the side there. Otherwise, it's a very solid phone. I had no problems with the usage. The idle battery life test went for days without recharge, and I could get a quick 15-minute charge even on the Qi Cradle. I installed the 3D Mark software on the phone, and the benchmarks were very, very promising. A score of 2482 out of 2526 with a 19.4 average frame rate. Even the temperature of the phone stayed pretty consistent during the tests. The phone itself feels very solid and easy to hold, even better if you put a case around it. The camera works perfect, as I got some great photos and videos around Vegas without any problem. No slow motion options on the camera, but I can record at 1080p 60 frames a second, which is what I usually record my videos at. Overall, the Samsung Galaxy S7 is a solid phone and will definitely give you 2 years of great use. I expect the Edge version to be exactly the same, of course, with the beveled Edge. Of course, the real question is, do you use Samsung phones? Do you have the S6? Are you thinking about getting the S7? Do you want to go S7 or you want to go S7 Edge? Let me know by tweeting me over at Geekazine or geekazine@gmail.com, and we can talk about it. Got some great reviews coming up, so stay tuned to Geekazine.com or YouTube.com/Geekazine. Until next time, you guys, geek out.